welcome to my review for Reus, an underappreciated, overlooked indie game that I feel deserves way more love and attention than it got. It's a sort of city building, sort of god sim, sort of management style thing that is quite a few years old now, so nobody's computer should have any trouble playing it. Now then, let's go into detail about why Abbey Games' Reus is absolutely worth your time. Let's start with the graphics. Naturally, having been developed by an indie studio, Reus is not, technically speaking, a powerhouse of graphics. But as you can see, the art style has given it some massive muscles to flex at the direction of your eyeballs. It's definitely, appealing to the eye. You are not going to compare this to any big release, but then you're not meant to. This is perfectly adequate for what's going on, and the color palette is actually quite varied once you get into the game. Anything from the yellow and brown of deserts to the lush greens and forests. So this is basically a graphically adequate but artistically interesting game. The UI is both clear and compact, but it does convey enough information for you that you will always be able to make the right choice in how you want to foster the growth of your planet and the civilizations on them. Gameplay is simple but complex, revolving around choices made by you through 4 avatars who are the embodiment of the planet itself that the action takes place on. Your, shall we say, job is to foster the civilizations on this planet through 3 different directions. They can either rise to power and prosperity through abundance of food, an abundance of wealth, or discovering well springs of technology. Control is simple and intuitive, aided by on-screen UI menus that explain every choice that you can possibly make at the time when you're making it, or you can click on items, animals, plants, and areas to get a rundown on their current status so you can make a more informed decision. It's important to note that, as with everything else, the game also has an endpoint, which is the 30, 60, or 90-minute timer chosen before the start of each new game. These options are unlocked after you conquer the tutorial and learn how to play the game. Once you have learned to play the game, however, you can embark on many new games to create many civilizations that rise and fall into the dust from which they came. During this time, you will be given objectives to fulfill, and fulfilling these objectives advances you through ranks. These ranks are important because they allow you to unlock additional advancement options, such as further transmutating plants, animals, and other important objects for the advancement of your civilization. You, the player, are thus encouraged to provide space and life to multiple civilizations of multiple different types, so that in the end you may strive forward to advance further with other ones. It is a replay incentive that isn't commonly found in most games today, and it feels very rewarding to be able to do that much more and that much better the next time you try. Also included as a play option, once you unlock it, is the free play mode, where you cannot advance to earn other unlocks and bonuses, but you can keep playing for as long as you desire. It's a great thing to do when you just want to have a sandbox forever. If you like calmer, slower-paced games with more methodical approaches, building, seeing your little empire unfold, the growth of life, and such, then this is definitely the game for you. This will also appeal to micromanagement enthusiasts because while you don't need an in-depth knowledge of what does what to do okay at the game, you will probably need to do some research and put a little effort into do really well. Especially later on, once you've played a few games and have managed to unlock additional synergy options and transmutation options for your various minerals, animals, and plants. This means that there are now entirely new combinations to get used to and combine for the sake of your civilization. This is most certainly not a game geared towards explosions, gunshots, and violence. You are going to have to curb some war instincts in your civilizations if they get too greedy, but that's about as far as the action goes. This is a very relaxing, return every now and then sort of game that will serve you well if you're just looking for something to pass the time, but isn't quite as mindless as something like Dynasty Warriors would be. It is also very unique in what it does and does try to do. Abbey Games deserves some modicum of respect for trying to do a game in the management/god sim genre like this, especially given their limited resources as an indie company. I thoroughly enjoyed Reus when it came out, and I still thoroughly enjoy it today, but thrill seekers will be disappointed. At the end of the day, however, Reus is a very thoughtful game that many can enjoy, and clearly much love, dedication, and work has gone into this product. I would definitely recommend purchasing it, if nothing else than during a sale or something. You probably won't be disappointed, if I'm honest. There aren't quite any games exactly like Reus, even though it features elements from a few titles we have come to know and love. I have absolute faith and confidence that this is one title that you should play.